Hi there, welcome to our Wildwood FSX 177 BH trailer. We bought this trailer about a month ago and have been stocking it up and checking it out. I had done a lot of research on YouTube about this model, couldn't find much, so that is why I'm making this video, to share our experiences thus far, and for the most part they've been pretty good. I mean, there has been a bit of good, bad, and ugly, but mostly good. The trailer is a fine entry-level trailer for a family of 4. It can squeeze 5, which we have to do occasionally since we are a family of 5, but our teenage daughter doesn't come all the time. It has perfectly livable area inside the trailer. I wouldn't live here all the time. The goal of buying the trailer and having a seasonal campground was to spend the time in the outdoors, and that it does well the job. We're hoping to have this trailer for years to come. That's why we bought an extended warranty. So far, it seems to be holding up well. I mean, mind you, we've had it for a month, and that's pretty much it. The rest of the video, I'll show you a bit of the inside and then a bit of the outside of the trailer. Now we're going to start the tour of the inside of the trailer. As you can see, the bathroom door, it has 2 nice spaces in the bottom and the top, which let all the nice smells permeate the cabin. However, there are ways to mitigate that. As you can see, the inside our bathroom, small, but enough space to do your business. We bought on Amazon this nice shelf that holds a whole bunch of stuff. Absolute necessity unless you want to keep all your stuff on the floor. There's the nice vanity mirror, which you can use as well, and the shower. Very spacious for a small trailer. The shower handle itself, it came with a crappy plastic handle, which we quickly replaced for this nice silver one. Works much better. There's a nice vent on top, which is a necessity to get the smells and the humidity out of the shower. Works really well. And yeah, no, as long as you have enough water pressure, the shower works wonderfully. It's almost as good as home, except for the space, of course. The toilet works fine. No problems there. The next part are the bunks for the kids. They're full-length bunks. They can handle a 6-foot person. I'm 6 feet, and I lie very comfortably on them. The bottom bunk, of course, is a bit more claustrophobic because it's all enclosed here. However, if you don't mind that, it's comfy. The mattresses are pretty good. And as a bonus, there's plenty of storage space under this bunk, which will be a general theme of the inside. It's a small trailer and it doesn't have much storage. Here are the controls for the furnace and 2 USB plugs, which are awesome. The furnace we've tried out because we came in April and it was quite cold, and it works well. It's not bad at all. To me, the big selling point was this nice 6 cubic foot fridge, which is very large, holds a decent amount of stuff, almost as big as the fridge at home. Not the healthiest food right now, but I'm only here for a couple of days, so I didn't buy the fruits and veggies that I normally bring. There's some cupboard space. There's a cupboard here, or pantry, and 2 more cupboards in the bottom. They give an okay amount of space. And then there's the area where the water pump is. We were having trouble, so I had to remove the panel and work on that. You have the countertop, or lack thereof. Basically, we have a nice size sink, but the countertop leaves a lot to be desired, and so you get these covers for the sink. Now, the one thing you can't do is put them when there's water in the sink, otherwise it starts to fall apart. don't do that. There's a 2-burner stove, which works really well. The only problem is it's located right next to the smoke alarm. So it set it off a few times until we learned that we had to be careful and have a pot over it before we started lighting it. There's a useful but limited microwave. There's no oven here, so that's why we bought this little toaster oven on Amazon. Works wonders, makes our coffee, which is an absolute must here. Well, actually, I'll show you the air conditioning. It has a wonderful air conditioning system. The only thing is, as you can hear, it really sounds like you're next to an airport when it runs. But it does cool down the trailer reasonably well, and that's what counts. It has lots of settings. I don't know why it has 2 low fan settings, but that's what it is. This is where the dinette was. Just to let you all know that the dinette, unless you are a small child or a very skinny adult, it's pretty useless. It sits at maximum 2 skinny adults, maybe 4 small kids. For us, that just didn't cut it, so we immediately transformed it to its bed shape. As a bed, it sleeps an adult, maybe 5, or a person that's 5'5" at most. And we are planning to make a couch out of this because we just simply can't use the dinette. There's storage under the 2 benches of the dinette. I'm not going to go into it now, but it's okay storage. It's difficult to get to, I have to be honest. I was talking about the water pump. We had to troubleshoot. It was because it wasn't pumping properly, and we figured out that was because there was no water in the water tank. And the problem there is, if I press the fresh water tank, as you can see, it's full, but it is always full. The sensor is broken there. And so we thought it was full, and we were pumping and pumping, and it was just pumping air. So lesson learned, if you have troubleshooting with the water pump, fill your tank first before you go to other troubleshooting techniques. There's a sensor that works for the gray water, for the black water, and for the battery. There's the water pump gauge, water heater, and on the outside, as I will show you, there's awning and lights. The main part is the master bedroom, or the queen bed. Very nice bed, very spacious, and if you buy a foam padding for the crappy mattress that it came with, you're set to go. It's almost as comfortable as home now. Underneath, I won't go to there, but there's access to the pass-through storage, which is kind of helpful, but you know, we got to figure it out because it's a pain to lift up. There's no handle to hold it in place. One addition we've done is we bought this tension bar, and that permits us to have privacy in our room of the small trailer. Awesome idea, you know, just a couple of curtains and the bar, and you're good to go. Here there's a place to put your TV. As you can see, TV backer. But unfortunately, there was nothing in the back to hold the TV, so I'm still working on a solution for that. It's not holding properly at all, but it is what it is. Like many things on these trailers that are quickly made, they were cutbacks made. There's a little closet. You can hang a few small coats and put a few things in. Not too big, but you know, nice nevertheless. On top, there's a shelf where you can put a whole bunch of stuff. That's very useful, I find. And the part I like the best, to be honest, is this little table you have at the foot of the bed, which we use to put our phone, our internet access, some of our electronics. That's pretty much it. Overall, really nice inside. I mean, for a small trailer, plenty of space. 4 people sleep nicely here. It's not meant to live. You're not going to spend all your time in here. But, 4 people can be comfortable. And in a pinch, you can get a 5th person in here. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to give you the tour of the outside of the trailer. So as I mentioned, there is a nice awning that you can pull out. Takes a minute or so to get it out, but really nice, especially on those rainy days. And when you're set, you just leave it there. There's some nice lights on the outside of the trailer that you can put on. It looks much better at night, but you get an idea of what it's all about. There, these steps, which are okay, I guess, not the best. You might want to build a bit of a deck at the bottom, especially if you're staying in one place for a while. This is the exhaust for the furnace, so you want to be careful not to put stuff around here. The intake for the fresh water tank. As I said earlier in my inside video, the sensor doesn't indicate, so we just fill it until it starts overflowing. This is the black water flush. To be honest, as a newbie RVer, I've tried to use it. Don't know how well it works. We've had our adventures with the toilet. It has clogged a couple of times. I think the pushing a stick down and moving stuff about, swirling stuff about is the best technique, but not pleasant at all. And when we tried the flush, it worked okay, but no, not great. The hot water heater, we try not to access it if we can. It has an automatic pilot light, which works fine. 2 plugs, nice to have. When we start using it more outdoors, it'll come in useful. One thing that is awesome is 4 stabilizer jacks. That is awesome. Then you have the back. You have an outdoor shower, which we haven't used yet. Simple. And I don't know how often we're going to be using it, honestly. On this side of the trailer, you have the water intake. It was recommended on a YouTube video that you always put a water filter, which we did. Fortunately, the campground doesn't have very good water pressure, so what we end up having is very low pressure, because I guess with the water filter and the water pressure protector, we can kind of kill the little pressure we have. You have a connector for cable and satellite, which again we have not used. We have our own gadgets inside the trailer. You have your black and gray water valve flush, which unfortunately we have used several times because we seem to fill the tanks really quickly. When you have 4 people in the trailer, yeah, it fills very quickly, especially the gray water tank. Another stabilizer jack, which is great. Your power cord here. And I'm not going to show the inside, but just to say, it's pretty small. It's not even a pass-through storage, really. It's more It goes right across, but you can't get access it from the other side. Another stabilizer jack here. So we have 4 in the trailer. Comes with 1 battery. I think you can put a second battery if you wanted to, but we haven't. And the propane tank, a 20-pound propane tank. It's okay. It goes fast again once you have lots of people. A manual jack. And the other stabilizer jack. Well, only add-on I've done for the outside, I haven't used it yet, is put a solar panel. Hopefully one day it'll come into good use, especially when we're boondocking. We might one day. And the one thing I'm still learning about is this Furrion solar charger port. So every time I think I have all the equipment I need to charge my batteries using the solar panel, I find out I'm missing some. So a bit of a challenge there, but a learning experience as well. And that is pretty much it. I'm going to give a view of the trailer from far. It's pretty much the outside of our trailer.